हाँ मतलब पीछे तो लेके जा नहीं सकते ना।
Before I hand over the session to Sagar sir, I would request everyone to log into the LMS and mark your attendance.
तो नमाज पढ़ के तो तेरे से मुझे बात करना।
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm reaching home from 15 to 20 minutes. I will open my camera then. I'm traveling just now.
Okay, fine. So whatever the queries you have or maybe you want to say, you can put it in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
की नमाज पढ़ने ही जाना।
Okay. Hello, students. If everyone else can be on mute, please. Okay, perfect. Right. So again, good evening. Welcome to the second session, I believe, this week. Right. I hope you found the first session and the day first, right, when we discussed about data interesting and you learned something from it, right? Let's quickly go through maybe a 2-minute recap so that we know what is the topic going to be today and how is it related to the previous topic we had covered, right? If all of you are ready, quickly show a quick thumbs up and then we can get started right away. Okay, perfect,
Yes,
great. Okay. So in the previous session, right, we had learned about data, right? Types of data, how do we classify data, where do we use data, kind of things. I'll just quickly share my screen also so that all of us. Okay, right. So in the previous session, we had discussed about data, if you all remember, right? Then we had discussed about uh, we had discussed about data. Then we had discussed about types of data, where is data used. Yes, you all remember this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
yes, sir.
Right. Now on these same lines, right? Now we'll take something more of a personal example. How many of us have friends or best friends with whom we can share anything? Anything like, maybe your secrets or maybe a prank you did or something, right? How many of us have such friends with whom we can share anything? Okay, so Bhumika has, Mansi has, Shita has. Okay, let's say there's some secret, right, that you want to share with your friend. One is that person your only friend? Probably not, right? That person is not your only friend, right? Then why do you share it with only that person? Any answers? You can put it in the chat or just speak out.
Trust.
Okay, trust. What else?
With that person.
Sir,
Sorry, I couldn't get
sir,
your answer.
sir, a belief that he or she will understand the problem as I understand.
Okay, belief, trust. Anything else?
Sir, I
Comfortable.
think
Comfortability.
yes,
Perfect.
comfortable with that person.
Right. And
Yes, sir. I believe that that person would not misuse the data.
right. Right. So one very good term here we have got is misuse. One is trust.
Confidentiality.
Confidentiality. Excellent. right? We trust that person or our friend or whomever we have confided in to keep the talk or the secret or the prank between us, right? So that person is not going to tell to a third person. Now, overall, why are we talking about this, right? When we talk about data, right? Data is something the companies collect from us, from the users, from the customers, right? They also have certain things where the data, right, of people is protected, something we call as privacy. And how do they do that? By providing necessary security levels, right? So it is not something that I wake up one day and I say, oh, let's make my data secure, let's make my customers' data secure, and it becomes secure, right? It's not a thing that happens in a day, overnight, or even within a week, right? It is something that is continuous and that keeps on going throughout, right? Because you never know when is someone planning to steal your data, right? And use it against you. So this is something that keeps on going 24/7, and it's considered to be a very big responsibility, right? For example, coming back to the friends topic, if you confide in someone, if you trust someone, if you share a secret with them, right? We expect the other person to hold his or her end of the bargain and not share it with anyone else, right? Why? Because that is something which is private to me, but I wanted to trust someone else, which is why I shared it. Is it clear? Yes, no? Okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Right? So this is what we will be covering today, students. Right? Why is privacy important? Why is confidentiality important? Are there any frameworks that the companies universally follow or that the governments universally follow? What is it called? How does it work? And at the end, we'll take a 5-minute quick activity to just glimpse through some password examples. Right? Okay, moving on. So we'll quickly the framework I was talking about, right? That is called as the CIA triad. If you all see this part, right? We'll discuss on it, so don't worry. Right? Stands for confidentiality, that one of you already specified. Integrity and availability. Right? We'll be talking about data breaches, unauthorized access, and data loss. Right? This again is of multiple types. What do we mean by access control? What do we mean by authentication? What do we mean by authorization? And how are both these terms related but different? Right? Finally, something that is very, very strongly promoted, in the recent times is multi-factor authentication. How can you have a double layer protection, right? Which is called as multi-factor authentication. And finally, we'll be having some security measures, right? What can we as students do so that our data is protected, our the data is not stolen, the data is not leaked, the data is not corrupted. Now, before we move forward, right, let's take another quick question. And okay, sorry, right, this will be kind of more of a self-awareness thing. Yeah, this will be more of a self-awareness thing, right? Forget the use cases I have shown on the slide, right? I'll discuss those. You all tell me overall, right? Let's say how many participants do we have today? Okay. Let's say we have 100 participants, for example, right? Right, let's say we have 100 participants. How many of you have an account on Instagram?
I have, sir.
Okay,
I
so
do.
we have people who are on
I have,
Insta.
sir.
Okay, perfect. So maybe let's count 30 people, right? Because approximately 30. How many of you have a Facebook account?
I too have, sir.
I don't have.
Okay, some may have, some may not have. Let's keep it 25. How many of you have a bank account on your phone, right? Linked to GPay or something?
I have, sir.
I have, sir.
Okay, again taking the rough count,
I
let's say this is much more. Let's say 35, right? Your bank, your GPay is linked to 35. How many of you have a Zomato or a Swiggy account,
I do.
I have, sir.
I
Yeah.
do.
right? Again, let's consider this to be 35, 40. for example, right? Now, can anyone tell me, is your data on these things a threat, and which kind of data is a threat where? For example, I'll just give you all one basic example. For on Instagram, your photos and videos are data that you upload, so they can be on a threat if your password is not strong, if your password is not secure, or if the company does not have good security protocols in place, right? Now, can you tell me for FB, maybe your bank account, and maybe for Zomato or Swiggy, which type of data is under threat?
Transaction history.
Bank account.
For bank or account details
Bank
and
account details, like bank account number.
Right? Right? Technically, your money is at a risk more than your
And
details.
if we
yes, sir.
consider a Demat account, then we have our PAN card details also.
Perfect, right? So that is going to be true for bank also, right? Even the bank is going to have your PAN card details. So PAN card, but yeah, Demat again becomes another layer of banking, right? Which type of data is under threat for Facebook or Zomato?
For Zomato, maybe
Zomato
location.
like address and phone.
Okay, we'll stick to Zomato for first. For Zomato,
Location.
Location, sir.
location.
Location.
Okay, and
Your phone
Bank
A
details.
personal data.
number, photo.
name, number.
Bank details.
Okay, perfect, right? So this is something where we see a repetition that your GPay might be linked or your debit card, credit card might already be linked to Zomato, which does not directly fall into the banking category, but it can still be a risk, right? Again, Facebook, let's summarize with image, video, and maybe if
Video.
you all post, yeah, then text, right? Your post. So let's say there are 100 of us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companies already discussed, right? And you might have so many more accounts, right? There can be so many other applications which your account is linked, right? Most of us link either our Google account or let's say our any other account. So everything is interconnected, which gets us to the main question: how many accounts do you actually have, and on how many applications are they already linked? Right? This is our big discussion question for now. How many accounts do you have? Over the top of your head, right? 5 is bare minimum, we have already discussed. Where else is your account there?
LinkedIn.
Microsoft account.
LinkedIn. Okay, not Microsoft account. We need something like more application based, right? Where you have linked it to a third party. So LinkedIn again,
Then
sorry,
Sender, Twitter.
Twitter, okay,
DigiLocker.
Reddit.
DigiLocker,
Uber.
Sir, can you link
Ola.
our Gmail account to the Instagram also?
Rapido.
Uber. Insta we have already discussed, right? Okay,
Telegram.
Uber,
Chat.
Rapido, Telegram,
Insta.
Naukri app, sir.
So we
right?
link our
Okay.
Gmail with
We will link our Gmail account also, sir.
ChatGPT and AI tools also.
Gmail.
Perfect, right? ChatGPT accounts. Now, you know what is one common thing that all of us have done here? For each of these accounts, right? Let's say I have 10 accounts, 10 personal accounts. I do not have 10 Google accounts or Microsoft accounts or Yahoo accounts. I have maybe 1 or 2 accounts that handle these 10, the load of these 10 applications, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? It makes sense because I don't want to create 10 accounts because I'll have to enter the same mobile number, same details again and again. So what do? I link them together. What is the problem now? If one of this is at a threat, all my accounts are on a threat. Why? Because the data is similar. Is this example clear? Even if someone who's planning to misuse the data gets access to one of them, he can just try if the password is matching with other accounts. And most of us, if we don't have like different passwords, we'll definitely have a stronger password but for one application, and we just assume that everywhere else it is just going to be secure. How many of you have already, are already in that place where you have used repeated passwords for accounts? 2, 3, 4,
Yes, sir.
right? Most of us do that. And that is like a very common practice, right? Why? Because we assume that the companies also have to do their part and they do their part. But there are times, right, where the company also fails. And these are those use cases. If you see the example on the extreme left, right, I'll just highlight that also. The first one. This is the most recent example we have, right? December 22, 2005. 5.6 million people whose data have got leaked. Right? Similarly, another case of 2025, 5.7 million people whose data have been leaked. Similarly, here, the third scenario, right? And there are multiple other scenarios, right? So data leak is not something new. It is just something the companies are careful about. But there are times when, due to certain constraints, certain restrictions, there is a chance, there is a possibility that data might be tampered with, the data might be lost, and the company also face massive loss. Right? Are we clear so far on these terms? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Right? This is where we come to our major topic, the fundamental concepts. Right? First is security. What do we mean by security? A simple way to protect data from theft, corruption, or loss. Right now, what do each of these terms mean? Data theft means someone getting an unauthorized access and trying to steal my data. The use cases we saw earlier, right? Those people, let's call them hackers, right? I think you all are aware of these terms, right? Let's call them hackers. Now, hackers want to steal some information and they just try to find something, maybe a gap, maybe a fault that already is present within the system, and they misuse it to steal my data, right? That is where data theft comes. So one rule is in data security, protect the data from being stolen. Second is corruption. What do we mean by corruption here? Corruption is modifying the data, altering the data, which may harm people. Right? Now, where do we see data corruption? Have you heard this term, students? It's okay if you have not, because we are anyways going to consider examples. Deep fakes.
Yes.
Right? It is
Sir.
basically, okay, perfect, right? So this will make the explanation and the examples more simpler. Right? Let's say a person is talking something, right? On, let's say, something. Now I use some manipulative methods to make the words sound totally different, which creates another scenario, which is what the person did not even say. But somewhere the data was corrupted to make it sound like the person has, given a provocative statement, wrong thoughts, and that can cause a bigger issue. We have seen these examples, right? I'll give you all examples and you all will be able to see that also, right? But I hope data corruption is clear.
Yes, sir.
And last is data loss. What do we mean by data loss? Let's say I had 2 lakh entries, right? Maybe in a banking application. Someone just stole the data, stole the money, right? And now I only have 1,75,000 authentic records. Rest all are either fake data, so that I do not see the gap of 2 lakh. Right? The data is stolen. Later on, the money will be stolen. Right? For example, let's consider this. I think this example will make it more clear. In India, we deal in rupees and paise, right? Let's say your bank account or your account balance, right, is somewhere around, let's say this.
Sagar, sorry to interrupt.
Yes, ma'am.
Just to confirm, students, is the chat box is working for everyone?
Not, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
But I have given the access. Can you go to everyone and choose everyone and type something on the chat?
Ma'am, there is no option for everyone. It's just EduNet Foundation and your name and sir's name. That's it.
Okay. Okay, Sagar, you can continue and let me check. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Right? So coming back to the example, right? In India, we deal in rupees and paise. So let's say your account balance is 70,000 rupees and 55 paise, right? Which is the bigger amount? Which amount will impact you more if it is stolen?
70,000.
70,000.
70,000 rupees.
70,000.
Right? Let's say, perfect, right? Let's say my account balance goes from 70,000 to 60,000, right? The bank will send me a message that, this amount has been deducted, which will create awareness in my mind that, oh, where have these 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 rupees gone? Yes or no? Right?
Yes.
Yes,
Now
sir.
imagine,
Yes, sir.
right? Imagine we are 100 crore population who have bank accounts. A smart person will not focus on this. A smart person will focus on the decimals. Now for you, what has the loss become? 55 paise, right? Probably none of us even see this in our bank account statements. But multiply this by the population of India, right? Now consider the amount that is stolen. Right? I think this example will make clear why is data loss also considered so critical. Every penny, every paise, every rupee, right, has to be accounted for, has to be secure. None of these things, right? So even if we see the example here, bank encrypts all your information when you log in, when the information is passing through. That is what data in transit means, and they store it in a secure database, which is protected by multiple protocols. Protocols are just rules that they have to follow. They are protected with passwords. They are protected with multiple layers of security, right? Just to protect the customer interest. Yes, if everyone is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we all
Sir,
understand that.
Yes.
Yes, Palak.
Yes,
sir,
sir.
can you explain again corruption part?
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll just go through the corruption again. Right. Okay. We'll take a simpler example this time. Just let me clear the screen. Okay. Imagine you have given some exams, right? And your scores are 70, 60, 90, 95, right? These are your scores that have come. Now, someone who wants to impact the system, someone who wants, turmoil or to create chaos, what will they do? They will change the subject marks of any one of these things. This is a very basic example just for explanation. Then we'll go through a concrete example, right? Data corruption means modifying this data in a way that the data was never correct, right? Let's say someone makes this marks as 6. Now, what are your new marks that will be available to you? But this will indicate that you have failed. Yes. Now imagine doing
Yes,
this
sir.
for 1 lakh students, right? For one student, it is not, not a good thing. But imagine creating this chaos for 1 lakh people. Now it will be such a big mess, right? The system will have to see where it has failed. But the end purpose is whoever wanted to get your data, modify your data, has already done the task and left the system, right? Now the real example I was talking about, right? Okay, let's do a thing. We'll move on with the topics. But if one of you all can remember me to show me what do we mean by data corruption, I'll share a link with you at the end so that all of you can, visit the link and see that video or read the article. Even better, read the entire article. Works? Everyone?
Yes,
Thumbs
sir.
up.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll cover that also.
Excuse
Right.
me, sir.
Yes, Neha.
सर जैसे कि अब इन नाउ डेज चैट जीपीटी पर हम प्रॉम्प्ट देते हैं कि एक हम अपने फोटो को अपलोड करते हैं एंड हम एक प्रॉम्प्ट देते हैं कि जनरेट अ मैन नेक्स्ट टू मी तो दिस इज आल्सो द लाइक ऑल्ट्रेशन और करप्शन ऑफ द डेटा
Not exactly, because this is something you have told the system to do.
Sir, if someone else is doing this,
If
the
someone
same
else does
task.
it, yeah, if someone else does and it is stored in a database which impacts your life, then it is data corruption. But on Chat GPT, let's say the example you gave, right? Let's say it is me, and I want to create. If you'll remember the trend that was there recently, right? Where all your photos are turned aesthetic. Or when Messi had come to India, people had started using that photo, to attach it using GPT, right? Those kind of things where it impacts the other person and where it is not started by you, right? Those types of data can be classified as data corruption. But if I do it willingly, that is not corruption because I am not misusing someone else's data or playing with someone else's images. I am just doing what I want with my images. So that is normal, right? But
Yes.
again, a very good example, right? The recent trends we see where we upload our photo and tell GPT to convert into aesthetic, and then we post, which creates some misinterpretation, right, in others' mind. That is also another form of data corruption that has come into practice recently.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Again,
Sir, I
Sneha,
have
very good
one more
example.
doubt.
Yes, who's it? Sorry.
Anvi.
Okay, yeah, Anvi.
Sir, like the media using any statements of a political party or any famous celebrities, is it a part of data corruption too?
So that depends. Again, sorry, Anvi, we lost you. Hello.
Hello, am
Yeah.
I audible? I
Yes,
was
yes.
saying like someone said something else and they are interpreting it as something else. So is it a part of corruption then?
Somewhere because misinterpretation, right? As I said, can be person to person. For example, I made a statement, someone else took it in some other way, they played it on their channel in some other way, then it is data corruption. But if they have played the same video, like, whatever I have said, if they have played the same video and then they are telling the audience to misinterpret, that does not fall into corruption because that differs from person to person. But if they morph my video, if they put some dubbing voice to my video, right, then it becomes data corruption because that is not what I said. Right? That is something they wanted to maybe TRP gaining or whatever X reasons. Right? Then it becomes data corruption. But if they play the same video what I have said, then it is not data corruption.
Sir, can I?
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, Priyanshi.
Sir, I think data corruption just mean anything that a person do without our permission and that affects us.
Perfect. To sum it up, yes. In fact, all three, right? Even if someone has stolen my data, they can impact me. Even if someone has, deleted my data, that can also impact me. So all those categories are somewhere where security is required.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Moving on. What do we mean by privacy, right? So first, we learned about security, something that the companies have to do. What do we mean by privacy? Again, something that the companies have to do, but here the users also play a role. How do users also play a role? First is don't share everything, right? The life we have today, right? The digital access to us is so easily available that we want to post everything that has happened. And somewhere you are not keeping anything private, anything that is only yours. Now the entire world knows about you because many of these applications don't work on friend to friend basis. If that image goes viral, if that post goes viral, anyone, right? Even friend's friend can see, they can repost, they can share. So now it starts to become a bigger privacy issue, right? The first is right to control who has access to your personal information, right? At the granular level, at the ground level, it is only you. Till you don't post a photo, they do not have access to it, right? Which is where our individual control and consent comes into the picture. For example, right? I think Sneha had given the Chat GPT example. Chat GPT is not going to take my photo and create another version of it or something till I don't upload. Once I upload, now they have that data. So they might, like make it for, use it for making the models better, making predictions better. But you never know if someone else can steal that data and impact your lives, right? But this wouldn't have been the reason if we would not have shared our images with GPT, Gemini, whatever tools at the onset, right? So be very sure where you are putting your data, how secure it is, how complicated are the protocols, right? What is These are another three things, right? This is the first example we'll stick back to. Your applications, which type of data are they collecting? Is it required? Do you remember we had done 5 golden rules of data, in which one was relevance in the previous lecture, right? Relevance is
Yes, sir.
perfect. Relevance is what type of data is collected. Is it relevant to the company, or is company just want to collect all the data that comes? Normally, no companies do that, right? Because they also have to have storage. They also need to have security in place. So the companies will also always take what is relevant to them. But you also need to figure out if you are starting to share irrelevant information, or if the company is asking things that are not required. For example, let's say any food application. Again, right? We'll stick to these basic examples. They ask your address, obviously, because they have to deliver. They will ask for your phone number, right? Obviously, we don't share the phone number, it comes from the database. But if you see these applications, right, these applications will never show you the full number to protect your privacy. What will they show is last 4 digits, last 5 digits. If you all have seen, if you all have not seen, even that is okay. Whenever you order next, if everyone else can be on mute, unless there is a doubt, right? Whenever you order next, check if the application you are using, is it showing the full phone number or is it showing a partial number, right? As far as I know, Zomato shows only the last 4 number, and they will also tell you on the application that this is to protect your privacy, so that the delivery people, the riders, the customer care don't have your number, right? So that is where company ethics come to the fore. And these are some companies, or like not promoting, but this is where you can distinguish between which company is more secure compared to the other companies, right? If both these terms are clear, can we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
okay. Coming to the main, the difference. What is the difference between security and privacy? Security is keeping data safe from external attacks, from unauthorized access, from hackers. Privacy is keeping data according to our wishes, right? Somewhere where my data is not used without my permission, without my consent, that is privacy. Once I upload the data somewhere, once the data is stored somewhere, now it is the security thing, that I have shared my data because you wanted to, but now it is your your responsibility, your accountability to protect that data, to keep that data safe from unauthorized access, from external threats, from hackers. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. To sum this up, remember the first example we had taken, sharing secrets with your friends,
Yes, sir.
right? Sharing the secret with your friend is something you consented to, that is privacy. Trusting them to keep that secret only with themselves is security. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect. Let's move on. Right? Now, which types of data need protection? Majorly all, but we have classified them into some categories, right? First one, PII, information that identifies an personal individual, right? This is your personal information. Name, number, address, credit card details, debit card details, right? Everything that you want to share. And how secure is it with the application you are trying to share? Again, your PAN card, Aadhaar card, banking details, right? All of these have to be masked. So whenever you enter, right, it will either be an asterisk that is shown, or there will be dots that are shown, right? They will never display numbers. For example, let's say any website you go, any application you go, right? when we type the password, let's say the password is hello, right? This is not going to be visible to me. What will be visible to me? 5 dots, 5 stars. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right? That is how we mask critical information so that people around us are not able to see it, right? Next is something we had discussed in the previous class also, right? Health data. Uh, do I have BP? Do I have sugar? Do I have something that if the data is stolen might impact me, right? Even health data has to be protected. Biometric, your fingerprints, your retina, right? The face unlock feature that the recent phones have, all that have to be protected. Authentication credentials are basically your passwords and your multi-factor authentication that we'll discuss at the end, right? And last is behavior data. What do we mean by behavior data? A person, right? If I am an authorized user, right? I will have a specific way to use the system, to navigate to the system, to enter my password. Any difference in that pattern, right? That is going to be my behavioral data. Someone who's unauthorized will try to use something that a normal person or a normal authenticated user is not going to do. He'll try to, okay, let's say for a very simple example, I have my Microsoft account and my Microsoft password. If I am an authenticated user, I will enter the password first time correctly, right? What can be behavior data? Someone who knows maybe half my password and someone who doesn't know half. What will they try? They will try putting the correct half they know, and second half they will start trying. Let's say this is wrong. They try another second half, that is wrong. Third try, that is wrong. Fourth try, that is wrong. This is where the system detects that this is not normal behavior because the user always knew the password, right? In such scenarios, if you see, they will start asking, they will either block the account or they will send a link to your email that unauthorized device is trying to log into the system, right? Have we seen these things?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Also, if
So,
you all are authenticated user, right? You know the username, you know the password, but you try to log in from a new device. In that case, also they will have the security protocols in place and they will send you a link. Is it you? Is it not you? If it is not you, click on this link to block the account,
Yes, sir.
right? That is what companies do to protect the customer, to protect the user, and to keep that trust so that the customer sticks to the platform.
Sir, can the reels which we get after watching similar kinds of reels also come under behavioral data?
Absolutely. Let's say if you watch comedy, the
Hmm.
upcoming reels will be comedy, right? I think we had discussed this in the previous example with Netflix. If you watch a SRK or a Salman movie, they will say if you have watched this, you may like this, and then they will give you, all the movies that are there on that platform. So that is where they are detecting the user behavior, and they will give you personalized data. For every user, it becomes separate because it starts becoming personalized. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt,
So,
sir.
yes, Shruti.
Sir, actually, in Google, it actually asks us if you want to save our passwords for a certain website. So, if we save our password to the Google, does that mean someone finds some access to that and somewhat hack our websites or something like that?
Yeah. So there are protocols in place, there are rules, regulations in place, right? People who build them are again very smart, very hands-on people, but there is no system in the world that is absolutely secure, right? All these systems can be cracked, all the data can be stolen. It is just up to us with how many people are we sharing or how many applications are we sharing our data. One very simple example, right, to classify that is, have you all seen a normal phone which has like a normal keypad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? It's not a smartphone. It is just a phone and it is just for calling people, calling and texting majorly. Yes, have we
yes,
seen
sir.
such phones?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Students. Okay, I guess this generation has not seen those phones. I'll just show you what those phones look like.
We have seen, sir.
We have seen, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we have seen.
Yes, sir, we have seen.
Yes, yes.
I guess he's not able to hear us.
Sagar, can you hear us?
He's not able to hear us.
Okay, 1 minute.
These are the phones I am talking about. If you all can see the image. Anyone who has seen these phones? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on,
We are
Khushi,
all
Yash.
seeing
Yes,
it.
sir.
So can you hear us?
All. Right? The only thing phone was ever needed for. What information do you think will these phones be able to share?
Only text and calls.
Text and calls.
Texts and calls.
Texts and calls.
Okay. Are you all able to hear me, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, perfect, perfect. I thought I lost you guys. Okay. So you all saw the phone image, right? How many of you have seen that phone? It's okay if you have not used. How many of you have seen that phone in your home, with your friends, in your surroundings, with your
I've
friends
seen,
get
sir.
together?
We have used, sir.
I've
I have
used.
seen. I have seen.
I've seen, sir.
Okay, students, give me 1 minute. I think I am not able to hear you all. Give me 1 minute. I'll just reconnect. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear you. Now am I audible? If one of you can speak, I'll come to know if I
Yes,
can hear
sir.
you
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
audible.
Audible. Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone speak so that I know I can listen to you
We
guys?
are speaking, sir. Can you
Yes,
hear
Yes,
sir,
us?
you are
sir. You
I'm
audible.
still
are
not able to hear.
audible.
I'll just reconnect. Give me a minute.
Wait a minute, students. I'll just connect with sir, okay? So please be in the meanwhile, what you can do is check your LMS. I have uploaded the PPT for the last day session. Okay, so just give me a minute. I'll just connect with sir.
Ma'am, the PPT is showing server error.
Server error?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
505.
500.
Okay, I'll check with this one. Sir is rejoining again, so we'll wait, okay?
Yeah. Now are you all able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
You
perfect.
are audible.
I can also hear you. Okay, perfect. Right. Sorry for that. Some internet issues. Right. So those kind of phones, right, that we were discussing about, those phones never had these issues, right? Data getting hacked, data getting stolen. Why? Because there was never any application where you had to link your data, where you had to upload your data. So those phones comparatively were more secure, but they had lesser features. But now we have phones which have so much facilities, right? You can order food, you can order groceries, you can book your movie tickets, complete your banking things, right? So with these advancements, the risks also have come into the picture, but protection things are there in place. Sometimes they lapse.
Yes, sir.
I think we were here. Okay. Right. This activity will go through, right? Don't worry. Right. We'll quickly go through, we'll browse through data breach and everything because we already discussed these, right? Unauthorized access. Anyone who did not have right to access your data, has now tried to access your data. For example, coming back to the secrets example, right? Let's say you are telling a friend, the friend is listening carefully, but there is someone who's eavesdropping, right? This person was not authorized to listen, but now he knows that information. Now this person might misuse it, right? That is one data breach means, or that is what unauthorized access means, that people who are not authorized, they also get hands-on data, right? Again, this can be intentional, like they knew that there was something going on and they have stood, or it can be accidental. Maybe they were just passing by and they heard you, right? So that is unauthorized access can also be of two types. One is they definitely wanted to. Second is they did not want to, but they just happened to listen to it, right? Last is data loss, data that is deleted, corrupted, or data that is not accessible to me even when I am the authorized user, right? So someone has hacked into my account, if you all have seen, right? I hope not, but many a times, right, your social media accounts get hacked, and then we see this post that my account is hacked, don't reply to this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
sir.
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that is where I am an
Yes, sir.
authorized. Okay, perfect. Right, that is where I am an authorized user, but I am still not able to access my own data. Why? Because someone else has logged into it and they are creating a mess, right? So for that time, I will try to report my account, block my account, or talk to company to retrieve my account, right? So that is where we talk about data breach, unauthorized access, and data loss. Okay, access control and authentication. Okay, okay, let's break this down. Access control, and we'll discuss what is authentication. The link again to go to the actual page, right? If it is not taking you to the actual page, stop using that website. Because
Okay,
many
sir.
a times what happens, right, after 5-6 times it will show you the actual page, because they have those many ads to display first before it takes you to the actual page, right? So that you don't know how many people are then checking your browsing history or behavior pattern, and then you might start getting ads related to that. So normally don't prefer such links if they are not opening in the first or the second go.
Okay,
Right?
sir, thank you.
Okay. Right? Now access control. Access is basically a rule which determines who can have, right? Let's break this down into a simpler example. All of you are college students, I assume, yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
As college students, right? As college students, let's say your college has your department has a portal where they track your attendance and where they upload your marks, and you can check the marks, download the mark sheet, etc. Yes?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
This is the access given to you as students. What will the teachers have access to? Uploading your attendance, entering marks, uploading mark sheets, so that you all are able to see these things. As a student, you all are not allowed to enter marks, upload mark sheets, or upload attendance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Right? That is where access control comes. That even in a single environment like a college or a company, which user is allowed to do what types of tasks, right? Not all of them. For example, you as students, right? You are not able to pay salary, so you all cannot modify salary. You all are not able to upload marks, upload attendance, print mark sheet, upload mark sheets, right? That is your teacher. Similarly, let's say your principal has some even more level of authentication or access where he can do everything, right? Except marking the attendance for students, right? So the access control simplifies the breakdown that give fixed amount of access to fixed amount of users. Fixed amount means depending on the role, right? For example, you all are students, so you all, for if we consider this Zoom meeting, right? You all will not be able to start recording. That is something only me or Uma ma'am or Surbhi ma'am can do. That is our access. What is your access? Maybe once you join in, you are moved to the admit room. Then we take you to from the admit room to the class, right? That is the level of access we have. Getting to the admit room is the level of access you have, right? Now
Yes, sir.
that is perfect, right? That is access. What is authentication and authorization? Authentication is confirming that it is you who are claiming to be yourself. For example, I am saying Sagar, that my name is Sagar, this is my password, and the system is verifying that okay, this is Sagar, he's trying to log into his account and this is the password. Both of them are correct. So let him
Saga, I think we lost him. So just give me a second. And students, could you please share the screenshot like
on the level you
for
are
the
working.
maybe in the WhatsApp group?
Ma'am, can you please repeat again?
No, you all guys saying that the course material is not viewable from your end, right? So better you can share me the screenshot for the server error. Maybe one or two. You
Okay.
can share it in this
Okay, ma'am.
chat box. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Sagar, are you connected?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. I thought you wanted to share something regarding the notes.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah. So students, you all are clear with that last example we discussed for access control, authentication, authorization?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Sure.
Right. Okay. Now the framework we were discussing, the framework I told you that companies follow across, right? Confidentiality, integrity.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, could you please repeat that authorization part?
Sir, you are not audible.
Yes, students, give me a second. Okay, I'll check this. Maybe he's having some internet issue. I'll just check with.
Okay, I'll just switch off my video. I think the internet is an issue, right? Okay. Right. When I'm talking about integrity means how correct is my data? Let's stick to this slide, right? Integrity means how correct, how complete is my data. And finally, when I'm talking about authentication, right? The system will verify whoever are the authorized users and only allow those people access. Clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? Overall, we call it the CIA triad. Right? So remember this term CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, availability, and it can also be for accessibility. That who are the authorized users and is the system available? No. Okay. Now this is something I wanted to discuss with each one of you. Have you all ever seen or got such messages or emails? Yes, no. look at each example. Forget the bank name, right? That is just a sample. But have you got such messages or emails?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay, perfect. What do we do in such scenarios?
I block
We
them.
ignore that.
Ignore.
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 Ignore it.
Okay, perfect, right? Which is exactly what you all are supposed to do. But this falls under in another security kind of a labs, right? And we'll be discussing some technical terms, but don't worry, we'll understand each in detail.
So you're not audible.
Sir, voice, your
Is Sagar? And also, students, I'll share the recording by maybe by tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow also we have a session at the same time, but it is related to the exercise and self-paced courses. So I'll
Okay,
explain
ma'am.
you.
Sorry, ma'am. Please repeat.
Yes, ma. Tomorrow we have a session. Okay, in the same time. I hope everyone is okay with this timing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So tomorrow we'll discuss about the self-paced course, which is very important. It is an additional certification, which is mandatory to complete to get a certification for this fellowship program. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope everything is
Okay,
going
ma'am.
good, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I'm checking with Sagar, sir. I think he's having some internet.
Ma'am, could you please repeat the part about the certification course?
No. What I'm trying to say is tomorrow we have one separate session, like just for 15 minutes. I'll explain you how to, work with the self-paced courses. So that is like you will be doing that course by yourself. So you have some free times, right? Because we have a session in a week, like 2 or 3 days. So the remaining days you can utilize it. In a week, you have to take at least one self-paced course. Okay. And by next week, we will inform you about how we can start with the projects.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, could the timings be shifted a bit forward?
May I know who's that?
Ma'am, Sana.
Sana. Okay, fine. So if you have any concern about the timing, you can just put it in the chat. Okay. I'll check it later.
Hello. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. I
Yes,
think,
sir.
for some
Yes,
time I'll
sir.
take the
Yes,
video.
I can share the screen because I the screen. You
Okay.
can explain to.
Sure.
Is it okay?
Yes, that works. Slide 17, ma'am. Slide 17. Okay, right? Now,
Yes.
okay, perfect, right? Now, students, when I am talking about phishing, right? Those are the examples we saw earlier, where you have got emails or message link. You click on the link and then it takes you to some other page and steals your data, right? Next is social engineering. What is social engineering? Technically, social engineering is the hacker or the person who wants to impact your life, right? First, they become your friend. They get close to you. They take your information, right? Which you will tell them. They don't steal, right? So you share something with them. They take that information and then they misuse it, right? That is where social engineering comes into the picture, right? Similarly, right, we have weak or compromised credentials, which is basically weak passwords. We have another activity for this. So we'll be going through that also, right? Password reuse. Having the same password for multiple applications is also not recommended. Always keep different passwords. At least some part of the passwords can be different, right? Next is unpatched software. Okay, how many of you have seen this on Play Store? Updates.
Yes, sir.
Right? I'll tell you where it is. Let's say you go to Play Store. There will be app updates,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Similarly,
Yes, sir.
perfect. Similarly, your phone also might be getting updates. Your laptop also has regular updates,
Yes, sir.
right? What are these updates, right? In a very simple way, this is where the developer, right, the person who has built that software, who has gone through or who has used the software, has identified that there are some flaws and it can become a bigger problem later on. But what do? They do not give you all the updates together. They keep it going round the clock so that your system is always protected, right? These are some examples of unpatched software. Your Play Store also does that. Your phones also do that. Your laptop, your computer, your tablet. Everyone will have these regular updates, right, to protect your system from a more recent threat that come. Again, right, not a one-time thing. It will keep on going. There are regular updates at random intervals of time. And last is malware and ransomware, right? I know it's too technical, but let's break down the term. Do you all know what do we mean by ransom?
Firoti.
Okay, perfect. Firoti, right? Let's say you have, in a very desi language, right? Let's say someone has kidnapped and someone is asking you money to let the person go safely, right? That is what ransom means. Demand payment. Demand payment. Okay, again, the same thing. Now imagine there is some information of the customers and the company is liable to protect that, right, as per the rules, regulations. But there is someone who hacks and steals that information, but he or she does not misuse the information or delete the information or corrupt the information, right? What do they say? They say you pay us an X amount and we will give you back all the data, right? Now over here, the company can decide whether they want to pay. If they pay, the data comes back. Now they have to make better security protocols, right? Those kind of things. But they have chosen user data protection over monetary gains, right? So that is also something to look into, right? So that is where ransomware comes into the picture. Malware is something that is planted within the system, right? It can be like, I think one of you gave that example, right? Where you click on a website, but it takes you to some other website. Now, let's say you download a software from this wrong website. It might come with a malware that might block, right? That might steal your information, that might corrupt, delete your information. And that now is going to cause you all data loss, right? Just remember the terms, students, right? We don't have to go into the depth of it. But I hope the terms we discussed were clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. Let's move forward.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So I had some doubt. I previously put it in the chat as well, but I think it has gone up and you've missed it because I wasn't able to turn on my mic. So can I ask those doubts now? I
Yeah,
don't want to
please,
interrupt in
please.
between audio.
No, that's
So
okay.
first, my doubt is regarding the access control that you mentioned in the previous slides. So I
Right.
know for a fact that some of the companies, they do implement role-based access controls within their organizations, right? Where, for example, if a marketing department has their own set data warehouse, and then my
Right.
in the finance department would have their own, and those data sets are different and they are not intertwined, so that they have only the data that they are needed, and they don't access like unnecessary data of the customers. That does indicate towards a company's ethics, but could that also disrupt or hamper the flow of organizational operations? And if it does, can we implement like an umbrella data protection system that could maybe eradicate this issue within an organization? And I'm talking about a bigger industrial organization.
Right. Okay. So we'll just get to the basics first, right? Why are there role-based access controls? First is so that at all points of time, not all the company information is visible to all the people, right? Because you never know who comes with what intention. If I give a common email, right? If I tell that everyone has access to all the things, and tomorrow if something gets deleted, something gets stolen, something gets leaked, whom am I going to hold accountable? Because it was me at the initial onset who gave access to everyone, and they misused the information because they wanted to. When it comes to role-based access, right? Now, if let's say a marketing team is affected, the impact will be limited to the marketing team. It is not going to impact the wider organization that we are talking about here, right? So my damage can still be controlled. However, if we all use right the Microsoft Outlook, where you can have a common document where multiple people work from multiple departments after the edit rights are given, that is one of the best strategies to not have access to one person. Plus, there are multiple people who are accountable. The one who has requested the access, the one who has shared the access, right? And both the team managers, team leaders, whatever we call them in our organization. Does that make sense, Ishita?
Yes, that does make sense. And I had one more question, if it's okay to ask right now.
Sure, please.
So previously in the slide that you mentioned about ethics, right? So I understand like so you were giving an example of Zomato, for example, like they do not reveal the identity of the person, like in terms of the contact. You don't actually see the actual contact of the person, right? Because that is
Right.
ethical. They are trying to protect the data, real
Yeah.
of the person, individual. So for a fact that ethics is something legally binding, right? So if it company or a brand is not abiding by these,
Ishita, I don't know if it's me or if it's for everyone, but I'm not able to hear you clearly.
It's for everyone, even we can't
So
hear you.
same.
For everyone.
as well, there is no legal obligation.
Okay. I think.
These ethics. How do
Yeah.
we navigate it as?
Yeah. Ishita, I would like to stop you there because I don't think we are able to hear you clearly.
Around this.
I'll just put it in the chat. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Okay. Uma, ma'am, can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, right. Some very basic things to do when you understand it is a phishing email. First, do not click any links, any attachments. Do not download anything from there. Right. Second, do not share your personal information if it has come from a trusted source. Right. If we go right, ma'am, can you 2 slides before, please? Sorry. Yeah, one more. Yeah. Do you all see this red part, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir.
Many companies have started doing this. Show you this looks like a spam. Even if you see your phone calls, right? If it is a spam, the caller ID starts coming within red now to warn the users that this is a spam call, this is a fake call, right? So
Yes,
this is
sir.
something, as I said, right? The company